The dance continues.
But we know that Vitality have to go through so many things to actually kill the carries. Hourglass on Syndra, GA on Ashe, plus Tahm Kench to try and save one of them with Devour. There is a world where if you are Vitality, what you're actually doing with their Nocturne ulti and the Echoes, you're just zoning the backline while you're killing the front line with your Kai'Sa.
True hybrid Kai'Sa coming out, by the way. Infinity Edge with Nashor's Tooth, Ginsu's Rageblade, Mercurial Scimitar, Runeon's Hurricane, full build on this amazing late-game hyper carry. Vitality will melt health bars on Gen G.
Oh, he's TPing for the base!
TP coming in from Jizuke into top side, saying, all right, defend Elder, I'm going for the inhibitor.
Don't know if only one man can handle Jizuke, but Gen G still walking out on this Baron. Cuvée goes back.
This is where Gen G have to make the decisive call. Do you stay for Elder? Do you stop the inhib take? What is the decision here? Ruler stepping forward, going to draw the aggro from the Elder Drake. Top side, Jizuke is going to be stopped by Cuvée potentially, but the inhibitor's still taken down, and Jizuke gets himself away. It's 4v4 in this bottom part of the map. TP available for
TP
Cuvée to join in.
Attila, they're going to try to finish the game.
They're still looking to make things happen. It's Attila going into the base. Vitality has to buy time. That's the call. Cuvée has to try to defend this on his own. Jizuke will not be taken down. The shutdown goes through. Vitality's looking to end it. They're pushing Nexus turret number 2.
Let's
they
go,
can't
boys.
get back in time. Gen G is rushing to Nexus, but Vitality will take them down. Europe 2-0 against Korea.
That was an insane ending there, but you need to be decisive in the big moments, and the second teleport was actually having their cake and eating it too. Vitality, we said they could be the wild card in the group. They certainly live up to their name on the first time.
People ask me, Captain Flowers, how do I get good at League of Legends? And I tell them, follow your heart. Pick the Heimerdinger, pick the Echo, play your game. Forget the meta, forget what everybody else says to do, play your game. God bless it, that was amazing from Vitality.
And it's just this team, first game on the big stage, and they're not scared. They go for this play. First, it's just the Echo. They realize, hey, it's only Urgot back to defend. Attila TP's in. And fun fact, we actually saw this kind of play in the EOSS when Schalke did it. TP'd into the backline, into the base, killed the Nexus. Vitality, they saw that play. They're like, hey, we can do exactly the same.
And Vitality saw the same rumors about their performance in scrims, their struggles since they got over to Korea. And some people in their position end up just fighting for a participation medal. We made it to Worlds, we've done our work. They were not looking for participation. They are looking to make an impact. And their standing in this group reads 1-0. No one can take that away.
And when we looked at their day one games, and we said, okay, where could the potential upset really happen?
Yeah.
We looked at this game specifically. Gen G, not exactly known to be super fast starters when it comes to international tournaments, and Vitality will be a team they do not really have any practice against. They don't know 100% how they're going to play. And Vitality, they did deliver. Slightly different style, but we still got some of the old elements, and we got a lot of fights.
But maybe you excuse it and say, first game, it's Gen G, they'll get there. They have RNG tomorrow. And 0-2 is a hole to dig yourself out of, whatever the remaining games hold.
And I'm just impressed with Vitality, this team that is so known. Early game, early game, early game, early game. Go aggro, go deep, search for blood. Barons are sketchy, late game is sketchy, early game, early game, early game. And they pick a late game AD carry. They pick a scaling mid laner. They take a Baron after getting a good fight. They use the Summoner Spellbook, excuse me, Smite, to grab Baron not once, but twice. This is a team that just came in and blew my mind, and hopefully the
Euphoria,
viewers as
baby,
well.
man,
The Euphoria is alive, and to wrap things up and break down the day, let's send it over for the World's Cooldown.
Thank you very much, Captain Flowers. Welcome to the World's Cooldown, where we break down day one of groups and look forward to tomorrow's matches. But Vitality,
I don't know
what just happened?
why Deficio and Vedius are stressed all the time. This EU thing, this feels great right now.
You're loving that move.
Oh, yeah.
Loving that
Grass
move.
much greener.
Spot, help me out here. This was so unexpected.
I don't got much for you, to be honest, because when we were talking about this game, we were saying, you know what, if they throw that first punch, if they pick the early game snowball, they can start something happening. When you're ahead, anything is possible in League of Legends. And they say, you know what? We're fine getting to level 9. This is okay. We're going to scale. And then it isn't actually individual mechanics, although there were a lot of individual mechanics on display. It was actually late game creative shot calling that won Vitality this game. So, I mean, just they're ticking every box at the moment.
I do want to give massive credit, though, to that super creative composition. As we take a look at this end game, Jizuke, I had some questions. I was like, you know, I know that this guy has a huge ceiling, but I haven't really seen him reach it again. I feel like he was in a little bit of a hole. This game played like an absolute god. Some of his 1v1 outplays, particularly that Syndra flash, making the creative call that Jake is talking about right now to also pull Attila for the double TP, just out of world.
And we criticized TL at the top of the show, just to juxtapose.
Yeah.
They played okay, but they didn't make any of their own plays. They were kind of on the back foot. This is a team that played not great in Windows, but in other Windows, just made their play through the, the game-winning play multiple times. And they were just able to continually, try and dance around and look for positioning and took the opportunities.
Misfits, Gigabyte Marines. These are all teams in the past that have done exactly that have honed in on their style, the way that they want to play. They commit to plays and fully commit as a team of 5.
That's a great example of a team fight. We just saw it there. We see an Ornn ulti thrown for the flashes. It just misses everyone. If you miss Ornn ultimate altogether, you're like, that's not a team fight we can win. But time and time again, they go for it. Another great play. We're overextending. We're fighting the whole time underneath the turret. This is an additional man. Remember, turret teed up. It doesn't reset anymore.
This fight
Everyone's
took like
just
2
taking
minutes.
turret aggro, and they're just still going for it.
But what's great is how they break down these team fights. The fact is that Gen G, they're such a great team fighting team, but they're a very controlled team fighting team. You know, when Vitality did finally overreach kind of into the pocket and try to dive too deep on that mid lane tower, Gen G bit back so hard. But when you are constantly having 4v5s, 3v4s, because there's such a far reach with the mobility, I think the composition was super creative to always deny a true 5v5.
You saw a few of those moments there, right, for Gen G. When they are grouped, when they're allowed to group as 5 and make the decision, it almost always works out in their favor.
Well, that's the thing. This wasn't a perfect game. I'm not sitting here trying to sell you the fact that, Vitality is playing clean, crisp, well thought out, like big brain League of Legends. They're just looking at opportunities and saying, can we make a play right now?
Yeah.
And when the answer is yes, they just go for it. Some of them backfired. We just saw a guy teleport onto a ward, get killed instantly, nearly cost his team Baron. But ultimately, that's not how the game worked out.
We can come back and talk about this a bit more on the other side, but to hear more about the first victory at Worlds for Vitality, let's hand it off to Avali and the mid laner.
Thanks, guys. I am here with the Italian stallion Vitality's Jizuke. Congratulations on that win. You had the Baron steal, you had the backdoor, and then you beat the world champions. What was going through your head during that game-ending moment, and how were you able to pull it off?
I think we did many mistakes in early game, but then with some team fights, we came back. And then we were just winning every fight and going ahead, but then we got stuck. We couldn't win anymore for some reason. We stopped making plays and stuff. So we are like, hey, me and Kicks are saying, there is a wave top. I think we should TP there, and then the game, they will go Elder. And we just did it, and it worked out. I'm happy.
Predicted it and it worked out, but I want to kind of point to your Echo pick because that's kind of a comfort pick for you. And earlier today, they didn't ban Heimer against Hjarnan, and G2 ended up picking up the win. So what's up with these teams not banning or doing their research on EU comfort picks, and when do you think they're going to wise up?
I think it's pretty normal for Koreans to disrespect. In scrims as well, I don't know, maybe there is a confident pick that someone has, but they want to keep trying to play into it and just see if it's good or not. So I'm not surprised that they didn't ban it. Maybe I had 1 game or 2 games in EU, so maybe they thought that I don't play it really much, but I guess they were wrong.
Now, people have been nicknaming your group the group of death. Is it because RNG and Gen G are in it? Or do you think it's because you guys are now in that group?
I guess we will see. It's definitely another group. RNG just won everything this year. Gen G are board champions. They actually made a song about ambition. I thought if he ganked me today on mid, the Rise song will come up. Just Rise, Yeah, it's our group, and we'll try our best to get out.
Jizuke, thank you and congratulations again on the win. That's it for us here.